Hello everyone and welcome back to Dāku Souru Tsu. I am still under the weather. Actually, my sickness got worse. Had a tough time sleeping the previous night, but I'm better now. And I'm just gonna try give this a try. I spent most of the day just sleeping and drinking lots and lots of water. And so I decided, since I'd spent the whole day sleeping, yeah, it's kind of difficult to sleep at night, so let's talk about this Undead Crypt we'll be facing soon. What did I wanted to say? The Undead Crypt isn't really a very long section of the game. I'll try not make it too long, but I know talking a lot usually lengthens out the video, so forgive me for that. But I was thinking about the concepts of sleep and what sleep means in one's life, and the reason why I'd like to talk about sleep is because we will be encountering those who keep the dead in this Undead Crypt, and I guess even they perceive it as a prolonged sleep or a state of rest, as the souls come here after they've like outlived their purpose in whatever realm they may have come in. That's what we'll hear from most of the inhabitants of the Undead Crypt. And I personally believe that sleep is an importance even to human beings in the real world we live in. I love this guy who carries the torch around. He won't actually do anything to you, but he sets the atmosphere as to holding the torch in the dark, and then there are these terrible people casting affinity. Run away! Yeah, I usually just take care of that section like that, and here we go.
Human, do not produce light. Light and all those who bear it are unwelcome in this place.
Up here's a special NPC, the one in charge of this crypt at the current moment of time. And if you do bear light, these guys will be hostile. And that's not good considering we have to talk to him.
I am Ugdane, guardian of the crypt. Countless dead rest here in peace, cradled by the comfort of dark. Light only agitates. We have no need for it here. I am a finito. We weave death and watch over the dead. This task was granted to me by the one who gave us the first death. Countless souls rest here, some of them from ages long ago. Some were rich, others poor, some wise, some dull, but now they're all just dead. Did you come for him? The one called Vendrick. You will find him deeper inside. Many castle servants and the like have come to fetch their lord. But they rest here now, put to death by the king's own guards. Perhaps he's not in the mood for company. In the past, humans were one with the dark. The former King of Light, he feared humans. Feared that they would usher in an age of dark. How queer you humans. How you go on, never separating truth from fiction. This place is welcome to all, provided due reverence is shown. Death is equitable, accepting. We will all one day be welcomed by her embrace. Tell me what you desire. Show me reverence, and I will lend you my hand.
And this is the Grey Warden Ugdane. And like he says, he was given this job, him and the Keepers of the Crypt were given this job to usher in all the dead and to lay them to rest by the one who gave us the first death, and that is Nito. So he too is a part of those that became of Nito's soul, and is tied to Nito. But unlike the other Lord Souls, or other Lord Souls, for example, the Witch of Azalith and Gwyn were tied to the light, but the more Ugdane talks, it's as if Nito was part of the dark. Or was it the fact that death being the opposite of light could, death being the opposite of life could not be linked with the light exactly. Those that die are not immortal. Hence, those that were gifted the powers of light by the Lord Gwyn were thought to be immortal. They were thought to be gods. And I guess you could... it's really hard to perceive what he is trying to say or what standpoint Nito stands on. But from this one particular section alone, the fact that Nito gave these wardens this one job and they are against the dark, I mean they are against the light and are with the dark, would that mean that Nito too was part of the dark? And if so, then Nito and Gwyn would never see eye to eye. But Ugdane also tells that humans were always lied to, and it seems like humans were not wise enough to separate truth from fiction. Even Shalqua calls Gwyn a vainglorious liar. So dark arrows, sells human effigies, whole bunch of spells, Ring of Thorns +1, and an interesting armor set, which is the Insolent armor set. Armor worn by once proud clerics of a party long ago attempted to conquer the Undead Crypt. For it is their sins, for this sin their deaths have been postponed, so they may serve as crypt sentries. Yes, bye.
I am a finito.
Okay, goodbye.
Farewell.
The interesting thing about this is that if we look at my character stats, I have 30 faith. But if we equip any part of this armor, I believe I should... How do I check? Nope. I forgot. My words. Late night, sorry about that. But anyway, the armor should increase your stats by 2, your faith by 2, last time I checked. And it's a cool looking armor, to be honest with you. I'm thinking I might actually wear it.
What?
I don't know. Let's try something fun. I don't know how good the bottoms look though.
Farewell.
Because in the end, it's all about them fashion souls. Nope, not good at all. But anyway, back to the task at hand, the Undead Crypt. Said I would talk about sleep and not the importance of sleep, but how much information you can get from one's sleep is actually... okay. Swing. Swing. Oh, I hope I don't fall off. Nice. Let's see. Interesting thing here. There's a ladder this way. So what we can do is drop down here. Can pick up some simpleton spices, like they're gearing you up to fix up any faith imbalances that you may have on your character in this particular section of the game. And if you are one of them Spice Kings, then you can go ahead and be thankful for the Undead Crypt. But before I digress too far, fire seeds, yay! Oh, and a crushed eye orb. Let's read that first. Getting sidetracked so much that it's actually unbelievable. Crushed orb with an unfocused gaze. The crushed eye rides unsteadily in search for dishonorable miscreants. Where the fiends, where the fiends. Just like in Dark Souls 1. You invade the worlds of those who shall be punished. Didn't want to go up here actually. Let's go here. Sleep. It's like, the reason why I'd wanted to talk about this is that I believe that you can tell a state of one's current life affairs just by their sleep. The reason I say this is that someone who's in a situation in their life where they feel very uncomfortable, very unsettled, usually a person like this no! Oh my word. I was about to say, someone who's in that kind of situation in their lives where everything is just awful. There is no comfort or solace in their lives. I believe someone like that would in fact sleep less. The reason I say this is because it's something I've noticed personally in my life during the past couple of years after I left home to study. I noticed that just the fact that I was in a foreign country, and to be honest with you, my life in this foreign place, oh no, no, hell no, my life here is, it's nothing. I feel like it's a fragment of what I had before in my own life. Some people might say, oh, it's just because you miss home. Fair and fine, that's the case with some people, but I didn't actually want to buff. But even after so many years, I personally don't think that's the case with me. I have had many years to adjust to the situation that I've been put in, and it's just not home. It's like when I go home, I feel as if my life has continued. Not that my home is better than the place I'm currently in, whether it be financially or what. But it's just the fact that there's nothing for me here that is relevant in any way to my life besides the fact that I'm just living my life studying. That's pretty much it. Hence why my sleep patterns are off all the time, and when most people are busy snoozing, having a good time, I'm up doing dumb things like uploading videos on YouTube and stuff. Nope. That's not the way. That's not the way. I believe this is the way. And if we come up here, can open up this little shortcut. So personally for me, that's my current plight. Well, something I've noticed in my life is that my sleep patterns here are just awful. Compared to when I'm home, I feel like my life has some form of purpose, or I feel like I have a schedule to uphold to, even when I'm here, you know, whether I have school or class the next morning or whatever. Sleeping late, waking up late, rushing everywhere, no enjoyment of life, just one day at a time, keeping on moving. And as much as they said, just as much as Agdane said that no light shall be shed in the crypt, well, that only applies when you're near him. But when you're here, feel free. It's quite a beautiful sight, if I may say so myself. Seeing the statues of all the wardens and all the keepers. Soul vessel. Just in case I may need to respec at the end to see what points I need to put into where. Shocked that I haven't been coughing up a storm. Let's actually call up a player phantom to try see if we can blast through the boss. That we'll try run to. But I've noticed that, so I gave the example of myself here in Dawe, and I feel that people who are in a comfortable environment, people who have purpose in their lives, mostly people like those fair and fine will be working in their lives, not physical jobs, but they'll have some form of... Oh, I totally forgot that I opened up the shortcut and we could have taken that. I think my helper... Oh! I don't know. It's just something I believe is important to life. And that is the power of sleep and the power of rest and peace of mind. I just believe that those who have meaning in their lives, or those who believe they have meaning in their lives, will sleep more. Those who are still growing will sleep more. Those who exert energy more into their lives will sleep more. But in my case, I believe that kill these fools first. Let's get out Agdane. Right, let's see. I wonder if we can poison this guy, but we may feel free to give it a shot. One for good luck. And let's go. Velstadt. Dangerous man. With an awesome soundtrack. No. Okay, that was actually quite bad. It's like I just have these moments of brain dead activity. Like that. Luckily enough, Agdane can tank all day, and our dear friend here is... Wow. Actually doing real great thanks to you. I guess in the end we just have to thank all the good people we've encountered in this particular playthrough. Glories I love about online play is that you'll have a chance to meet up with good people who can help you. And here we finally find the king. Or should I say what has become of the king. He's stripped his armor off and given up all hope. Vendrick. The king's ring. The fight, you can fight him and kill him to obtain his soul, but it's a gimmick battle. Right now his defenses are extremely high, it's extremely difficult to kill him. His moveset is not very hard to predict, but like I said, his defenses are extremely high. And the only way to reduce them to a normal state is to come back with a lot of souls of the giant, and I believe I should have one or two just to show you an example of these soul of a giant. Will the giant's resentment of the king be pacified in death, or only in and what? Good gracious, I can't even speak. But anyway, get those. His defenses go down, you can try fight him, but even the Emerald Herald has something to say.
This ring is the symbol of the king. Use it to gain passage through the king's gate and venture to the far east. Bearer of the curse, if you are to be the next monarch, then one day you will walk those grounds without really knowing why.
That could be taken in many different ways. You just have to love the statues that go down further and further and further, whether they be tombstones or not. She says that one day if you want to be the next monarch, you will walk those grounds without ever knowing why. And I personally believe that she's talking about the grounds of death. Vendrick right now has lost himself. He's long dead to the world, and he's walking this path, he's walking this crypt, and his armor is there, his crown on his head, but he just doesn't understand why. Same with Velstadt. Velstadt stood in the light protecting his king. He held his command as any soldier would to uphold the laws of his king and to protect him, but even he himself is now shrouded in dark and doesn't even know why he's there. So in the end, the Emerald Herald tells you, or she's trying to hint, that you are taking up a big risk, or should I say a big journey ahead. This is the soul of Velstadt. Velstadt was always at the king's side as if he were his lord's own shadow. After the king retired to the Undead Crypt, Velstadt followed, never to return. Anyway, she's saying that you are taking up this great burden that in the end will only consume you like every other king before. And really, Who knows?
How goes your journey? Take these. They should help a bit. My witless daughter finally came home. Just as oblivious as she's always been. Well, at least now I can keep an eye on her. Stones? You might be surprised. Huh.
Let's see what she has to say.
You've been long away. What would you like? Well, I've only one thing to provide. You know how they call this place
Nope.
What? Since maybe?
No new conversation from her. But more stones. Which is always welcome. Let's go upgrade our fire seed, I believe.
I'm glad to.
Our hand, our pyro glove, our pyro flame to +5.
I'm all.
I'm trying to think what else do I need to do. I guess we could just travel to Drang Lake Castle one more time before we call this video quits. Problem is, I just don't remember where to go. Let's see. Trying to see, I keep on forgetting when you are gifted the Spada Repairer. Okay. Almost died. Nothing new. Okay. Let's see. That's where the king's reign. I don't know. Now gripping at straws here.
Welcome, visitor. Our guests are treated. Tell me, the king commandeered their power and created the golem with the to celebrate.
No, I believe now that I somewhat
Gonsos, be safe.
remember, I think you'll have to defeat the king before you can get it from him. So, I guess that's that. It's late. Way too late. I never stay up this late, people. Unless you have reason to. And in my case, I honestly don't. So, I don't know. See you guys soon.